Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Reopening the School of Science here with Everton. I last saw you just as we were getting ready to play. We were getting ready to play Bayer Leverkusen, but I think we were about to play someone else as well. But yeah, it's been pretty good going. To be fair, pretty good going since I last saw you. We've got a really tasty advantage going into this second leg of the quarter-final. After we just beat Liverpool 4-2 in the league as well. It's been going good. Let's get into it. Yeah, so after we lost to Chelsea, that was it. We were playing Bournemouth and we won 1-0 courtesy of a Rooney Bargy free kick. Since then, we went to play Bayer Leverkusen at home and we won 4-0. Julian Alvarez and Lorenzo Luca at the double, and since then, Lorenzo Luca then went and scored twice against Liverpool. Federico Di Marco was in absolutely inspired form in this game with 3 assists to his name, and Julian Alvarez getting the final assist for Lorenzo Luca. So since I last saw you, that's been 2 goals and an assist for Julian Alvarez in 3 games, and 4 goals for Lorenzo Luca also in 3 games. So hopefully some players find in form just at the tail end of the season when we need it the most. So it means that we go to Leverkusen with a really comfortable 4-0 advantage. And we are currently 12 points behind Chelsea and 11 points behind Man City, with a game in hand over both of them. Now, I'm still very aware that with 6 games to go, that is quite a substantial deficit to overturn, even if we do still have to play Chelsea and United. But I don't know, I think we could certainly try and give them a run for our money if things go our way. We've got Villa, Southampton, Newcastle and Blackburn. So realistically, they are hopefully 4 wins there. And if we can get results against Man United and Chelsea, who knows? Who knows what could happen? Man United and Chelsea do still have to play each other. Man United also have to play Spurs. But they have probably got a similar level run into us. Meanwhile, Chelsea, obviously we know they're going to be playing Man United. They've also got to play Liverpool. Okay, that's in the FA Cup. They've also got to play Man City on the last day of the season. So who knows? There's definitely potential for a bit of an upset, I think. And I don't think the league is cut and dry for who's going to win. I think it's unlikely to be us. I think it is realistically going to be any one of these 3. But I think it is very much open as to who's going to get it. And we could certainly play a part in deciding where that title goes. So this is how things went down in the first leg of this quarterfinal. Pedro Porro, once again, finally getting back to his brilliant best with a lovely drive and run through the middle of the park, coming in the inside of the left back and playing a wonderful cross to Alvarez, who tapped in at the back post, where Alvarez made it 2-0 from the penalty spot, which Lorenzo Luca did actually win that penalty as well. And then we've got Pedro Porro again busting his lungs, getting down the wing, whipping in a great cross for Lorenzo Luca to just smash it into the top corner. Before we had another Pedro, this time Gonçalves, getting in on the act with the assists, again, driving down that left flank and then whipping in a lovely cross for Luca once again to ball it in. And that really put us in control of this tie. Now, you will remember that last time out, we had a little bit of an issue with Alvarez, Torres and Pickford, all unhappy about the fact that we were not going to win an FA Cup this season. Basically, that was the point at which they chose to rage. Obviously, we lost the Carabao final and then we got knocked out of the FA Cup by Chelsea. Alvarez, we said, I think we just apologised and just said, listen, I'm sorry you couldn't do it this season. Pickford, we basically said to him, do you really want to leave this club? You've got it so good here. And he was like, yeah, you're right, that's fine. And Pau Torres, we were just like, that's fine, we'll just sell you. Because we've been trying to sell him anyway. And we managed to get 49 mil for him from Man City, which for a player who is 30 years old and 275k a week, and we are paying a portion of his salary. Don't get me wrong, he cost us a wedge. He cost us 93 mil, so we are making a loss on him. But for a player of his age, 30 mil, I think it's good business for the club just to get him out the door, and to get pretty much 50 mil for him is good going. Sorry, I haven't shown you the team. We are trying to keep a few players fresh and firing. So Luca is going to start on the bench because we are comfortably 4-0 up. Villareal is going to come in. Godfrey and Enrique and Mikolenko are all coming in. We're going to pick for the start. And Augusto is in for the injured Bargy. We've got a few options on the bench. A few players you will notice like Gordon and Moreira aren't fully match fit, but we will probably just bring them in just to try and keep a little bit of sharpness going while they can get some under 23 action. Just because we've got a lot to go between now and the end of the season. We need to get everyone firing on all 4 cylinders as much as we possibly can. So we're going to try and keep players as fresh and as sharp as possible by giving them minutes wherever we can. So this really, we have as good as got our foot in the semi-final, where currently we'll be looking to be playing Bayern Munich. We've got a 1-0 lead over Man City, but it is at the Etihad tonight, so that could still very much go the other way. And in the other game, it's Milan v PSG for the other semi-final. Milan knocked out United and PSG beat Benfica in extra time. So I would be hoping that Milan would win that semi-final, because we've shown in the past that we can beat Milan over, certainly on a one-off game. I think pretty much whenever we played them, because I've played them quite a bit over the years, it's been kind of even. It's probably been about 50-50. I think we may have slightly edged it with wins, but they've certainly had games where they've really schooled us, although that's often been after we've maybe rested a few players when qualification has been in the bag. And Alan Edwards makes it 5 on aggregate, 5-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. A lovely pass from Julian Alvarez after Pickford, I don't know if you noticed that, headed the ball here ahead of Wirtz, straight to Alvarez, gets it under control, plays a lovely pass over the top. Alan Edwards running in, makes no mistake, gets the goal. Remember the name, everyone, Alan Edwards. It was saying before as well that he was wanted. I dread to think who he's wanted by. He is like a 100 mil player, easy. Ellen Godfrey, Villareal, Augusto. But yeah, we know we can beat Milan. And Edwards makes it 2-0. And it's Julian Alvarez again with the assist. And Alvarez is really starting to prove worth the outlay with that's what, 2 goals and 3 assists in his last 4 games or something. But yeah, with regards to the semi-final, we know we can beat City, but we also know that we can get absolutely, great save by Pickford, smashed by them. So I don't know whether I'd rather play Bayern Munich with them being a bit of an unknown, but equally, because they're unknown, I don't know, they could be far too good for us. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure, if I'm being honest, what to make of potentially playing Bayern Munich. As it is, it doesn't look like there's been any goals in that game. And is that going to be disallowed? I don't know why it would be disallowed. Enrique didn't look like he was offside, but there's no hands up, so I'm assuming it's going to be disallowed. Yeah. Kane would have been his first goal, I think. That's so borderline. But he was offside, to be fair. He was. You can see he was. But that's we're happy with that. That's really comfy. Second leg, and it looks like there's still no goals between Man City and Bayern Munich. So that, at the moment, that will mean Bayern Munich going through for us to play them in the semi-final. And despite us arguably actually not being the better team on the night, we are so comfortable. And we are going to make a couple of subs. We're just going to bring in Gordon and Moreira. Again, neither player fully match fit, but it helps keep them, hopefully keep a bit of first team sharpness. Moreira had a really good spell on loan at the first half of the season at great tackle from Conte at Preston, which is why we brought him back. He actually developed more. Ward-Prowse has been out injured, so we're just bringing him in just to try and get a little bit of just to try and build up a little bit of match sharpness for him after his injury layoff. Howard Branthwaite nearly scoring against his old club, but Pedro Porro clears it really nicely up for Alan Edwards, and he's just going to hold up nicely. Feeds Ward-Prowse, who could, if he'd wanted to, have played a cute little pass through for Moreira. It does eventually get to Moreira. Pedro Porro back to Ward-Prowse. Then Godfrey Rodri. Not good enough, but you know what? It doesn't matter because Godfrey wins the ball back. We go again. And to be honest with you, everyone, that is as comfy as you get in the Champions League quarterfinals. 6-0 on the night. 6-0 on aggregate. against Bayer Leverkusen, and I feel like we were justified in being grateful. Grateful that we drew them at this stage, especially after we just knocked out Inter, who, you know, was a tough game. 3-1 that was, and this one 6-0. Although, you know, we're not been as free scoring as we were last season, where we broke the record for the most goals scored by a team, not Everton, by a team, any team in the Champions League after the quarter-final stage. So, and obviously we got knocked out by Real Madrid after only scoring 1 goal. So I think we scored 40 goals in all, you know, like up into the semi-finals or something. Yeah, that was a nice record to break. So we will have to prove ourselves in trying to get past Man City, because they got past Bayern in extra time. Bernardo Silva drew them level in normal time before Phil Foden scored the winner in extra time. So we are going to have to try and show more of the performance that got us the 2-0 win over January, and less so of the one that lost 3-1. But you know what? We just gotta go for it and just give it our best shot, haven't we, everyone? So what we'll do is we will do the Villa game now, I think, and then I'm gonna play Man United, and then Southampton, Man City, and then Chelsea before we've got their home leg against Man City in the Champions League semi-final. Wish us luck, everyone. Let's get this Villa game done. Obviously, the advantage of that Leverkusen game is that we were able to rest quite a few players as well. So Araujo and Fofana and DeMarco are all back into the back four. Gaius Powell's back in goal. We brought in Ward-Prowse into the advanced playmaker role. Lucas back in. Augusto is in because Bargy is still out. How long is he out for? Another 5 to 11 days. And then we've got a few players on the bench who will be looking to bring on to try and save their legs before we play Man United, I think it is, who we play next week. We're going against Aston Villa here, since 7th. It's going to be a tough game. I'm under no illusions that it's going to be easy. And we've just got to hope we can get the result, and other results elsewhere go away, because currently today Leicester are at home to Man City. So if they can get a result there, that will do us a big favour. Fortunately, Man City have had this really frustrating habit, as have Man United, to be fair, of often leaving it late this season to get wins. They've often thrown away leads, or, you know, gone behind against the likes of like Brighton and Norwich's and Bournemouth's even, and teams like that, and then they seem to just pull it out of the bag in like 80th minute, 85th minute to get the result over the line. So, and look at that, City taking the lead against Leicester 1-0 inside 4 minutes. And Leon Bailey has put Aston Villa 1-0 up inside six minutes here, which is really frustrating. Of all the players to ghost in and have a free header, he is not the player you would expect. That's ridiculous. Completely drops off Rodri. Rodri should know better than that. It's Alvarez. Come on. Beats Luca. Great save by Martinez, to be fair. Leicester have equalised. So we really need to try. Got to try and get something out of this. Do something, lads. Got to do something. That's poor. We've taken a bold decision and we're going to a 4-2-3-1. We've pushed Ward-Prowse up into a number 10 to see if we can get him a bit more involved with his playmaking ability. But it's Rodri playing as a slightly more advanced TLP who's trying to unlock the door there with the pass through to Luca. And this has got goal written all over it, yeah. Feel free to take the corner. Yes, 2-1. Araujo from the Ward-Prowse corner. In with a shout. In with a shout. Alvarez is really struggling. So Gonçalves it is who's going to come on for him. Wow. Luka is... Just what is that? Who is... Well, I was going to say who's following the men. Obviously no one is following the men. That's the problem. Luka should be holding that up better. No, Alan Edwards. Lucas... I've had enough. He's having a bad game. Can't be doing with that. Because obviously we'd love to try and mount a late outside title challenge, but equally we just want to make sure we get Champions League. And Leicester are beating Man City as well. Great ball. That's a great ball from Ward-Prowse though. And I would have put money on Edwards putting that away, given his recent exploits in front of goal. That was lucky. That should have easily been 4-1. Seriously, the passes in their half, especially from the strikers, have been awful. So sloppy. Really greatly impacted on our ability to just play the game. That's a great ball. And Alan Edwards makes it 3-2. It's going to be too little too late, but that's what we've been needing all game. A lovely pass around the corner from Augusto and a great finish from a striker. So I'm going to play what is going to be our game in hand against Man U. And then we've got a game against Southampton, I think, before we play City in the Champions League. So hopefully we can go hard against United, try and get the win, rotate for the Southampton game, and then get a decent result away at the Etihad. And I shall see you here on the 4th of May, 2027, the home leg against Man City in the Champions League Semi Final. Now we're playing that on a Tuesday, so that means at this stage we won't know who we're going to have in a final if we get there. We don't know if it's going to be PSG or Milan, but we hopefully have an idea when we play Man City the first time. If you have enjoyed the episode, everyone, do leave a comment down below. If you're not already subscribed and you have been enjoying some of these episodes that we've been putting out lately, why not hit that subscribe button? We've got plenty of content coming up for FM23. Look forward to it. Hopefully see you there. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you for Man City away. No, Man City home. Man City home.